Hello, little Miss Deltanelle, and any of the bigs watching. I rushed home because I realized it's Wednesday, and I usually post a new video to where it comes live on Tuesday, but G-Paw had his computer crash. More like G-Paw dropped a plate after dinner and kicked it with his foot into the screen of the laptop and had to be replaced. So, Sapient Technologies in Port Angeles, Tim Carradine, got me up and running, got it last night, and I realized I did not record a story. It was on my to-do list. So, we're going to record a story, make it go live once it's uploaded. And I picked this one because I saw this come across, and it is the Buffalo Fluffalo. I'm going to adjust this slightly. I'm in between meetings, so we're going to try to get this done and uploaded. Buffalo Fluffalo by Bess Kalb and Erin Kraan. So let's see what this is for. And it's to my two kissable Fluffalos and to all the lovely caretakers and teachers who looked after them when they were tiny puffs, especially their beloved Papa, and for Dad, Michael, and Joel. Okay, so Buffalo Fluffalo. Again, we're into bigger books, so this is going to have this kind of area. We're going to try to squeeze this in, maybe go a little bit like that. There once was a Buffalo Fluffalo. A snuffalo, scruffalo, surly old buffalo who was ever so snarly and gnarly and toughalo. I'm the Buffalo Fluffalo. I heave and I huffalo. Leave me alone because I've had enough-alo. Oh, G-Paw's had days like that. One day, when old Fluff was especially miffed, a hammy old ram clomped up with a gift. I noticed you like to nap in the shade, so here's a big floppy wool hat that I made. Oh, that's very nice of the ram. Ram, he mooed in a manner so toughalo. You must go away. I must re-buffalo. I don't need your rammy, old hammy, old help. It makes me want to stammer, yammer, and yelp. Wow. And the ram slunk away with his warm, woolly stuffalo. And old Mr. Buffalo snarled and snuffaloed. I'm the Buffalo Fluffalo. I heave and I huffalo. Leave me alone because I've had enough-o. Wow, that was pretty rude. A prairie dog passed by, Mr. Puffly. Excuse me, sir, I don't mean to sound goofly. Would you like to join me for flippies and funnels and romp and race in my tubular tunnels? Silly old weasel, cried Buffalo Fluffalo. I can't play in your tunnels on account of my puffalo. Leave me in peace, go back to your burrow. Let me stomp around while I frown and I furrow. I'm the Buffalo Fluffalo. I heave and I huffalo. Leave me alone because I've had enough-alo. All right. So let's see what happens next. Then a squawky old crow perched on Fluffalo's horn, and Fluff looked at him with a sneer and scorn. Hi there, old pal, said the crow with a smile. Want to chitter and chat and catch up for a while? How do you think this is going to go? No way, Fluffalo huffaloed, his fur standing on end. I'm far too huffy to have time for friends. That's too bad, squawked the mangy old crow, because you seem like a guy I'd like to know. And just as Fluffalo reared up to shout, a dark, doomy cloud blocked the sun out. With a rumble and a grumble and a bangy loud bark, the whole prairie and mountains were covered in dark. Ooh. It's like a storm's coming in on the prairie. Then one finally thundery, blundery blup, the humpiest, heaviest cloud opened up, and down came the rain with a splash and a spluffalo right on the head of old Buffalo Fluffalo. Okay. Squawk, said the crow with a grin on his beak. Why, Buffalo Fluffalo's just a pipsqueak. Then Ram and Prairie Dog gathered to see that indeed Mr. Fluff was so very wee. Uh-oh. Look, cried the ram, it's old Mr. Fluff, so little and piddle, all wet in the buff. Everyone gawked, from the mice to the snakes, for even the scaly old fish in the lakes. Uh-oh. me feeling a little sorry for Fluff. Fluff shouted out, "Don't look at me. I'm not little. I'm tough as can be." He shimmied and shook to repuff his fluff. Then he snarled and gnarled and stomped with a huff. "I'm the Buffalo Fluffalo. I heave and I huffalo. Leave me alone because I've..." What do you think? "Stop," said the ram. That's adorable. "Stop," said the ram. "You don't have to act tough. We like you just fine without all your puff." "He's right," said the prairie dog, a smile in her eyes. "You're great how you are, no matter your size." "I am," sniffed the buffalo, who wasn't so fluffalo. "I'm sorry for being so grumbly and tuffalo. Without my fluff, I'm tiny and missable." "Nah," cried the caw. You're hugly and snugly kissable." Smack. Oh, my. And all the creatures from the bats to the bugs covered old Fluff with kisses and hugs. And that's how the story of Fluffalo ends, with a happy old buffalo snuggling his friends. The end. Okay, that's a cute little story there, right? And it says at the very back, how great how you are. You're great how you are. Very cool. Okay. So that's a great story there. All right. So let's call it a day. I've got to run and get back to some meetings and see if I can have some things happen at the city. Hopefully you're having a great end of July. And cousin Sierra's birthday today. So happy birthday, Sierra. Don't think she's watching, but we'll just put that out there. The big 3-1, if I remember right. All right, so that's that. Let's do this, little miss. Okay, we're going to do knucks up here. We're going to do a high five. We're going to do a low five. We're going to do some twists and twirls. And loves to you, little miss, to the bigs. Give them a hug for me down there. Anybody else watching this, I hope you enjoyed that. It's a fun little story. And sorry for being a day late. It's been an adventure. All right, lots of love to you and yours. Take care. Bye-bye.